This program lineup is brought to you by Vision Express.
KUAM TV8, home of the Milan Cortina Olympics. Coverage begins February 6th, 2026. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
Concerns are growing over the island's homelessness problem after a homeless encampment was set up here at Alupang Island. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with the story coming up.
Lawmakers convened on Tuesday to hold real debate over Governor Luliang Guerrero's $104 million plan to install critical utility infrastructure in Mangilao. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with more from the 5th special session next. We visit Magalahan Harao Academy Charter School as they get ready for Thanksgiving Chamorro style. More from the Barrigada campus coming up. Hafa and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz-Langus. Thanks for ending your day with us. Well, concerns are growing over Guam's homelessness problem after a homeless encampment has been set up at Alupang Island in Hagåtña Bay. KUAM went to the island and found various belongings, a makeshift structure, a fire pit, and even a curious snorkeler. As Mitsuki Hirayama reports, the encampment is raising questions over public safety, but also why so many are experiencing homelessness in the first place.
What appears to be a curious tourist in snorkeling gear is seen checking out a strange site on Alupang Island in Hagåtña Bay. Over the past several weeks, a homeless encampment has been growing on the normally uninhabited island. KUAM went there on Tuesday to try to find out who was living there and why. But we were only met with their belongings, many of them.
Here at the Alupang Island, we can see a structure here. There's cooking gear, there's fishing gear. We saw a machete, a saw, some fishing spears.
It has been a concern by the residents that brought it to my attention, residents around that area.
Tamuning Mayor Luis Rivera says surrounding residents have been voicing their concerns over the encampment, which she says has been growing over a month ago. She reached out for assistance from the Guam Police Department's Marine Patrol, Park Police, and Adelup officials, but so far only Land Management was able to confirm the property belongs to the Chamorro Land Trust Commission, the government agency that administers land for the Chamorro people. She's been turning to her constituents to help identify who the individuals are,
so that I can reach out to them or, see what is their intention. Are they trying to start up a new population out there, or, we don't know. Does that island still fall under, the direction of, the governor of Guam? Or are they trying to be their own governor? We don't know.
Meantime, we spoke with a concerned citizen at the beach who asked to remain anonymous.
We did have some GovGuam officials come out. GPD has come out and taken a look, Chamorro Land Trust, and Park Police.
He says he's seen a group of people bringing supplies to the island when it's low tide.
I see them bringing supplies, whatever they need. See them going to the island, coming back and forth. A few times I have seen fires on the island. We have heard a lot of fighting. Sometimes we do come here at night and we've heard people fighting at night, fighting amongst each other.
It's a public safety concern with visitors frequenting the popular area.
My biggest concern is the tourists, because this place does have a lot of tourists swimming and they do enjoy going to the island, but because of the encampment, I've seen less of them wanting to go there.
Meantime, the encampment poses larger questions. Various homeless encampments across Guam have been cleared of by GovGuam officials in the past few years, but as more continue to pop up, is it just a band-aid fix? And how can the government address the root of the problem? Why people are experiencing homelessness in the first place? This is a developing story. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Thanks, Suki. Well, after being withdrawn from the agenda following a Superior Court case ruling, Bill number 21-S, now labeled Bill number 15-S by Governor Luliang Guerrero, is back and up for a real debate on the session floor. Nevaeh Anderson has more from the 5th special session.
The vote came weeks after debate over who has authority to approve utilities contracts to support Central Guam and the proposed Mangilao Hospital. Senators William Parkinson and Tina Muñoz Barnes were the only lawmakers to support the measure, warning that inaction could cost Guam the $104 million in American Rescue Plan funds.
We may already be hemorrhaging money as we speak because of the continued political delays caused by the Attorney General's office. The Attorney General's office was never meant to be a unilateral veto over the projects of the executive branch. It's not ideal, but we as a body have an opportunity to act, and we should. Anything else is moral cowardice.
Senator Tina Muñoz Barnes echoed the urgency, noting the island has a history of letting federal grants expire before use. But other senators said the bill raised legal and procedural concerns. They had called for representatives from GPA, GWA, the Attorney General's Office, the Governor's Office, GITA, GURA, BBMR, DOA, and the GSA Procurement Council to appear. However, representatives from both utilities and both offices did not show, leaving the body unable to directly question the parties most involved in the project. Speaker Frank Blas Jr., Senator Chris Barnett, and Senator Therese Terlahi questioned whether the legislature had enough information to bypass the Attorney General's review.
The people we needed to really ask the questions to didn't show up. Now we're in this position where we're trying to get people off the hook who would actually be responsible for losing this money.
This is a legislature. Why are we not entitled to see the documents that they've sent to the Treasury or any communication with the Treasury? Why are we not entitled to see GPA and GWA's plans?
The speaker called the lack of information, quote, disingenuous, while Deputy GURA Director Fernando Esteves and BBMR Director Lester Carlson testified about the federal deadlines for spending the funds.
Even if they did go out and the lawsuits clear up, they may just not have enough time to do it and expend the money before the expenditure deadline.
The utilities would have loved to have this dilemma settled months ago so that they could have proceeded.
Carlson also warned that if contracts aren't in place soon, federal funding may expire at the end of 2026. After the measure failed, Governor Lulian Guerrero addressed the public Wednesday afternoon. She said the Attorney General refused to approve the projects despite compliance with federal ARPA rules.
While those agreements were drafted lawfully, the Attorney General refused to act. And so a bill became necessary because we could not legally proceed and federal deadlines would close in on us. We had to create another lawful path to move forward.
The governor emphasized that her administration had revised the bill multiple times and limited it to one parcel with no litigation, but lawmakers still rejected it.
And by following the Attorney General's refusal instead of doing their duty, they abandoned the people they were elected to serve.
She concluded with a promise to continue advocating for the hospital and infrastructure upgrades.
But hear me clearly, I will not abandon you. I will not abandon our hospital. I will not abandon the infrastructure upgrades our island needs. And I will not abandon the belief that Guam deserves better than this moment.
Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
And in other news, according to Guam Police Department spokesperson Norman Analista, Cameron Jose Guerrero is now in police custody. Guerrero was the subject of a wanted person for public view flyer issued to the media on October 2nd. At this time, GPD says more details surrounding his apprehension will be released later. Authorities also note Guerrero has a prior history of arrests involving violent offenses. We'll continue to follow this developing story and bring you updates as they become available. And now to education news. The Guam Education Board meeting this evening for its regular session. On the agenda are several major items, including the latest on FB Leon Guerrero Middle School and the double session schedule shared between John F. Kennedy and Simon Sanchez High Schools. As KUAM reported, Monday's anticipated groundbreaking for the new Simon Sanchez campus was put on hold after a procurement protest was filed, triggering an automatic stay. Board members will also receive updates on FEMA projects and hear the superintendent's report. Stay with KUAM for full coverage of tonight's meeting. Time for a quick break. You're watching KUAM.
Kapade, as we gather with loved ones this Thanksgiving, may we all take a moment to reflect on the blessings in our lives and on the people who make those blessings possible.
This season reminds us how strong our community is when we pull together, when neighbors check in, families open their homes, and friends lend a hand when it matters most.
From those working long hours to provide for their families, to those volunteering quietly behind the scenes,
Thanksgiving isn't just about the food on the table. It's about the people around it. The laughter, the stories, the small moments that remind us how much we had to be thankful for.
that spirit of giving is what makes our island special, reminding us that even in busy or uncertain times, gratitude always connects us. May your Thanksgiving be filled with warmth, good food, and even better company. From our home to yours, si Zeus Masi, and happy Thanksgiving, Guam!
Tangy pickles, slivered onions, tender pork covered in our delicious barbecue sauce, and topped on a home-style bun. Behold, the McRib. It's not just a sandwich, it's an experience altogether. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Anything's possible. I push to the limits. I climb every wall. I keep on believing. Anything's possible.
If there's one thing we've learned, it's never to underestimate the spirit and strength of the people of our island home. Which is why at Bank of Hawaii, you, your dreams, and your possibilities will always have a home. Reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
Welcome back to Primetime. Well, food connects us here on Guam. It's tradition, inspiration, and the heart of so many family stories. And today, the Guam Community College celebrated a major step forward in preparing the next generation of chefs who will carry those traditions on. Nevaeh Anderson has more from GCC's Culinary Arts and Baking Center.
On Guam, food is more than what's on the plate. It's a craft, a tradition, and a source of pride passed from one generation to the next. It brings people together, from kids learning beside parents in outdoor kitchens to students turning that spark into a profession. Now that journey continues inside Guam Community College's newly renovated Culinary Arts and Baking Center. Started by retired Professor Barry Mead, GCC President Dr. Mary Okada says his dedication to this program paved the way for years of student success. Before renovation, students shared a single 2,750 square foot kitchen. Today, they're stepping into a state-of-the-art 5,500 square foot training kitchen equipped with all the tools they'll need to master their trade. Dr. Okada thanked the many people who helped the project from planning to completion.
You have all been part of our expanded culinary and baking program.
With a special recognition of Guam's leaders and their collaboration.
So just maasi to both of you for your support for our students. You certainly have kept the dough rolling for many years. Our return is that we demonstrate the right plan and innovation, and that we have been able to deliver high quality results that support our students.
In addition to Adaloop's assistance, GCC pushed to secure federal higher education emergency relief funds before they expired. And their persistence paid off, allowing the college to build a safer, more spacious, and fully modern learning environment led by their, quote, superstar culinary team.
But I'd also like to give a big shout out to our superstar culinary team. Chef Kenny, Chef Paul, Chef Bertrand, and to all the ProStart chefs that support our secondary programs. Thank you for continuing to train the next generations of chefs for our islands.
Governor Lulian Guerrero praised GCC's transformation, noting that food is central to Guam's culture and economy.
So really, this isn't just about a ribbon cutting for a facility. It's about a ribbon cutting that is so essential to our lives in continuing our lives here. That is why Josh and I gave a lot of dough to GCC to roll it out.
Lieutenant Governor Joshua Tenorio echoed that message, commending GCC's leadership for consistently putting students first.
The students that we have before us, I think, are just wonderful to celebrate.
This is an investment in you, and it's going to be an investment for all of the students that are going to be following in your footsteps.
A blessing from Polly Joseph English set the tone for the center's purpose.
Bless this center, O Lord, may be a place where creativity is sparked, where skills are honed with integrity, and where students learn not only the art of cuisine, but also the values of service, collaboration, and hospitality.
After the ribbon was cut, guests sampled dishes prepared by culinary and baking students. A first look at the creativity the new space will nurture. Through GCC's mission of providing high-quality student-centered training, the Culinary Arts and Baking Center will continue shaping chefs who redefine the island's flavors. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
And in the tradition of the giving season, Quality Distributors made its annual donation to the Salvation Army Tuesday afternoon with a presentation at the organization's main core in Seaton. But it's more than a holiday gesture. Quality Distributors says the yearly contribution underscores its ongoing support for the Salvation Army's mission to provide essential services and assistance to those in need across the island. And as the holidays bring heightened need, Quality Distributors is calling on our community with encouragement to continue lifting up local charitable efforts. Well, with Thanksgiving just around the corner, we're stopping by Megalahin Harao Chamorro Academy Charter School, where the island's youngest learners are embracing the holiday Chamorro style. Here's more from Barragata.
It's the sound that many on the island are grateful to hear. First graders at Megalahin Harao Academy Charter School confidently reading in Chamorro, filling their classroom with a language deeply rooted in their identity. So, what are they reading, you ask? Ifamiliata Historia Giidza Guahan put Haanan Mana'i Gracia, a Thanksgiving story about a family on Guam, just in time for the holiday that's quickly approaching. Guiding these little ones is their Gunam teacher, Saina Friuhan.
Sina Historia put I familiata sa gi magahit I haanin manay grasya put I pabus anti magahit I zota lau pagu na tempu sa interu itano ma celebra esti na dinanya in fa I zota lau gi historia ta fanunui taimanu ta celebra haanin manay grasya zan I hinengin ta morusia.
And while Thanksgiving may not have originated here, it has grown into something uniquely Chamorro, a blend of tradition, culture, and the values of gratitude, respect, love, and generosity.
Thanksgiving is to be giving. Agiftao.
It's a value these nannies are already embracing, sharing in their own words what they're thankful for this holiday season.
Agradeci sa pare familia ko. Magazut sa Viva Mana Igrasha. Magazut sa simply estina hane mana igwasha simply mandania familia pagu.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Here's a view of a beautiful beach shore in Ipan.
This holiday season, the magic is near. In every aisle, it's crystal clear. From decor that dazzles, to toys that bring joy, to sweet little treats for each girl and boy. Lights that sparkle, gifts from the heart, it all comes together at Kmart.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
GU Self Storage, located in Harmon next to McDonald's, offers a variety of storage units. With rates starting as low as $95 per month, we offer complimentary use of dollies, push carts, Klein's hand trucks, and pallet jack, with a fully covered loading and unloading areas and ADA accessible units. We offer 24-hour CCTV surveillance monitoring, alarm, and individual pin-coded gate and door access, because your safety is our priority. GU Self Storage, voted Pika's Best in 2024. Call 671-648-7867 today.
Wesley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, Mosley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby!
Calvo Select Care's comprehensive medical provider network offers our members choice and access to quality facilities locally in Asia, Hawaii, and the continental United States. We provide our members several wellness programs and healthy options to improve their overall health status. Calvo Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants, enroll today.
Tender love and care.
Did we invent crispy chicken? Nah, we just put it where it belongs, inside burritos and tacos, obviously. Extra saucy. 2 strips, huh? Look at that. Overachieving? Sure. Did you ask for it? No, but we did it anyway. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell, a brand new classic. You're welcome.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas, and the Guam Army National Guard. Live here, serve here.
After we run past Thanksgiving, we are running right into Christmas, everybody, and what better way to do that than the Jingle Bell Run? So make sure to register because it's happening on December 14th. It's over at the Leo Palace and it benefits Guam Cancer Care. There's also a costume contest, and if you've never been to a costume contest at Leo Palace, these things are out of this world. Make sure to check it out. You are going to be filled with the Yuletide spirit for sure. The Holiday Bazaar is happening over at GCC, and make sure to check this out because you are going to find a bunch of things. You're going to save a lot of money, and it's going to help GCC student scholarships, right? The leaders of tomorrow, you are going to help them today, and you're going to pick up something really, really cool on your Christmas wish list. Make sure to go check it out. Really, really cool thing to do. And the Nenny Market is coming up, so make sure to check this out. It's a Nenny Christmas Market that will be happening very, very soon. It is on December the 6th. It's happening at the Mike Mall, and these are the kids that have been participating in the Nenpire program. I interviewed them. They are all amazing, and we can't wait to see what they turn out. All right? Holidays still upon us, so here's your holiday birthdays. Happy birthday to Daryl Spearman. Happy and blessed birthday. I'm thankful God brought us together, and I thank you so much and appreciate all you do to take care of me as I am sick. I love you more than I thought I could ever love someone. You are loved from Michelle, Dante, kids, and the grandkids. Corey Jerome Mesa, happy birthday number 4 to you with all the love in the world from your family. And Alexis Elizabeth, happy birthday number 8, Lexi. May your wishes come true, and we're so proud of you. We love you so much. Say mommy and daddy. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
Half a day. This is the Hub, Movember to Remember. I'm Jonakan Charfris. In this month's episode, Team KUAM wanted to focus on men's health, as it isn't talked about enough. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll talk with men who share their stories of battling and surviving cancer, the importance of men's mental health, and one doctor provides insight and encourages men to take care of their well-being. It was back in 2019 when I met Ray Bong Mendoza, and we've kept in touch ever since. Imagine my shock that when back in December of last year, he was diagnosed with stage 3 adenocarcinoma. He shares his story. In December of last year, 37-year-old Ray Bong Mendoza was in the Philippines for a checkup after experiencing some symptoms.
The first checkup that we did was a colonoscopy, and I was talking to the doctor. We were going over the colonoscopy results, and that's when she broke the news to me that it was adenocarcinoma. It was a cancer.
Stage 3. Mendoza saying it was the worst news ever.
I felt like a dark cloud just hover over me, and she was telling me that I needed to have surgery to get a tumor removed, and she was recommending a surgeon to me.
The next steps, he admits, was a bit of a blur to him.
I just remember during that time I was just like so silent, and I was actually tearing up. It's difficult to process, you know, like we always hear of other people getting cancer, whether it be our, you know, God forbid, our friends, our family members, people we know, people we don't know. But it's like, it's so difficult to process when it's happening to you, when a doctor is looking across from you or looking into your eyes saying that it's cancer and, you know, we need to do something.
He recalls his whole life flashing before his eyes.
Like all the decisions I've made with my poor eating habits, my poor drinking habits, my gluttonous, undisciplined lifestyle, it's just like everything was just flashing before my eyes. Like, what happened? What could I have done to avoid this? And it was just a hard pill to swallow. You know, I'm a teacher, right? So I reference it like, it's like getting a bad grade times 100,000. So yeah, it was really difficult to process at first. It takes some time, a lot of prayer, and that was my initial reaction. Life flashed before my eyes. I was silent. I thought about my wife. I thought about my son, and just looked to the Lord and asked Him for what I should do.
It was after a visit to the hospital when Mendoza knew he was going to fight and he was ready to fight.
When everyone went to bed, of course I couldn't sleep, and I brought my microphone with me and I connected my phone. I just wanted to, you know, I just wanted to express, like I just wanted to talk or to write or something, and I chose not to journal. I decided to do like a video vlog. I haven't released it, but it's one of the things that helped me process. And in that video, as I was talking, you know, I'm a jiu-jitsu player, and at the end of the video, I remember I decided that I'm going to tap cancer out. Like, I'm going to fight it. I have a 5-year-old son. I have a wife now, and I decided I was going to fight it. You know, I've always been fighting for my health, and I felt like it was nothing new, and it's just a bigger challenge to take upon.
In regards to a prospective shift, how has his experience with cancer changed the way he views his health and the lifestyle changes he had to make?
Eating habits, I incorporate a lot of fasting. I don't eat as much as nowhere near as much as I used to. I'm avoiding a lot of processed foods and sugar, and just trying to really build my immune system and let it do its job, because cancer is an indicator that the way that I was living my life is killing me. So I had to make some changes: eating habits, getting more sunlight, getting a lot more fresh air, gratitude, less stress. I don't overcommit to a lot of things anymore. I feel like that was one of the things that I was struggling with. I can't say no to a lot of people, so I always want to help. I always want to serve. I always want to do this and that. But when I got hit with the diagnosis, it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm serving everyone but my wife and my son.
Mendoza's main focus is to be a husband, dad, and then everything will follow after that. Believe it or not, he says cancer made him realize that more than ever.
Nowadays, like, I'm truly grateful for the gift of life. It sounds cliche, right? We hear that tomorrow's never promised, life is finite, and man, when I was diagnosed, the first 3-4 months. It was really, really a roller coaster of emotion, and I had some really sad moments where I would think like, what's gonna happen when I go? You know, my son's only 5. I just got engaged not too long ago. What's gonna happen to them if I'm gone? Am I gonna make it to my next birthday?
Today, Mendoza and his beautiful wife, Rowena, are now expecting their second child early next year. And his lifestyle changes and his courage to fight, he is now stage 2. Almost a year later,
here I am today, and I'm a lot healthier, and I'm just a lot more grateful. I'm a lot more grateful for things. I really appreciate the time I have with my son and my family. I feel like I gained a really good perspective in what's important in my life, my faith, my family.
And for any man watching, Mendoza says he can totally relate to men who are scared to get checked.
I was experiencing symptoms for months before I decided to get checked. I didn't want to get checked. It's almost like one of those things that you wish will go away, but it didn't go away. So I ended up getting checked, which is of course the right thing to do, and the best thing to do is because it's better to know. It's better to know what we're dealing with, and you know, early detection is good, but I think prevention is even better.
Is your child having difficulty walking, talking, playing and learning like other children? As parents, we ask ourselves, what should I be doing? If you are worried about your child's development, the Guam Early Learning Council is here to help. Simply dial 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays, to get resources and valuable information.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at your Island Pizza Hut.
As we recognize Movember, a month dedicated to men's health, including prostate and testicular cancer, mental health, and suicide prevention, I couldn't help but think of my Papa Bill. He's one of the strongest men I know. Tonight, I'm sitting down with him to discuss his journey and his heartfelt message to other men, filled with love and urgency this Movember.
For as long as I can remember, my Papa, Bill Paulino, has been the strongest, most unbreakable man I know. Someone who could withstand anything. And in 2018, even a prostate cancer diagnosis couldn't change that.
I said, wait a second, doctor, there must be something that is actually definitely wrong with me. And then he sat down and he looked at, my records again. And there was something that he said, you know what? I can see that there was nothing done in regards to the PSA. PSA is an examination to determine the numbers, whether you really, it calls for some kind of examination. And definitely my numbers were already very high. And so when I saw I went to the cancer center. That was the Island Cancer Center. It was already malignant. And I was told that, definitely I have cancer and it's already malignant.
The diagnosis shook our family and sent him on an intense journey through daily radiation treatments, hoping for just a few more years together. To note, data from the American Cancer Society shows prostate cancer is the most common cancer diagnosis in men in the U.S., accounting for 30% of male cancers in 2025.
That was really horrible, going through radiation treatment every day, and you just don't feel, like yourself anymore. And so, worry began to sink into my heart in regards to, the cancer that, was facing me. And so so death.
But even as the daily treatment often left him nauseated and tired, his spirit never weakened.
But then I had to tell myself, wait a second, this is not something that I should be facing. It's something that you need to also understand, that it's something that you have to maintain as a good environment, not just outside yourself, but within your heart. And that was something that I needed to make a change.
And my papa took that to heart. He turned the waiting room at the doctor's office into a place of laughter and hope, what our family fondly called the Breakfast Club. Every day he'd sit and chat with other cancer patients, strangers at first, who soon became friends.
I remembered sitting down with other patients, and they were all quiet. And so one day I just stood up and I said to the guys, I said, wait a second, guys, we're not ready to die. So, we got together, we were barbecuing.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, and so, I developed a friendship with people there. Yeah. And I thought that was a beautiful thing. Yeah. Just getting together, sharing, not just the food that we were eating, but sharing that relationship, developing friendship with others made a difference.
With my Grandma Mary by his side and our family cheering him on, my papa kept going.
With a good mind, having a good relationship with people, giving yourself simply your heart, surrendering yourself to God, I know that I'm going to beat the 5 years.
And today, he's still here, still playing the piano for the St. Joseph Church Choir, still bush cutting, still living life to the fullest, 7 years strong in remission.
I see the doctor even up till now every 3 months. I want to make sure that, I'm okay. So you do not wait until you are, suffering, because then that becomes a problem. Who knows that your health issue at that point has exacerbated already. And you need to take care of things before they develop, into something like, what I was talking about malignancy.
And what could have gone undetected if not for his own advocacy, he now turned to this Movember.
Piece of advice. You know what? Go see your primary doctor and talk to your doctor and be persistent when you know that you're feeling, you have this thing within you, our innate being, that something is wrong with us, then we need to be persistent. Be stubborn about it and say, hey, wait a second, doctor. There is something wrong with me, so don't tell me that nothing is wrong, because I would have been gone, from this earth.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
As we bring awareness to men's health this November, the conversation can't happen without tackling mental health. On average, men are less likely than women to seek help for mental health issues, and that silence can sometimes lead to deadly outcomes. Here on Guam, experts say cultural expectations and stigma can make it even harder for men to open up. But one man from the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center is hoping to change that, starting with his own story.
Generations, men have been told to, quote, toughen up and hide their emotions, but that silence has come at a cost. And here on Guam, mental health experts say it's time to change that.
My name is Brandon Holm, and I am the Social Marketing and Communications Manager at Guam Behavioral Health for our Youth Suicide Prevention Grant known as the Focus on Life. So we know that men experience suicide at a disproportionately higher rate than women. That's what the data has shown us consistently over the past decade. So that's the number one reason why that we continue needed to talk about this. What we also know is that men are less likely to talk about their emotions and talk about how they're feeling, and in turn are less likely to reach out for help if they need, and to reach out to services. So months like this and conversations like this are very important because we just kind of start normalizing the conversation and showing that it's okay for us to talk about these things.
According to Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, depression, loneliness, and substance use remain some of the most common challenges facing men on island, but often those struggles are hidden.
There's a variety of different reasons for that. So from a young age, from when we were growing up, our families are telling us that we need to be strong and we can't show weakness, right? You hear, boys don't cry, boys will be boys, toughen up, man up. And so we're taught that silence equals strength, and that's not necessarily the case, and that's then good.
And on a small island where everyone knows everyone, that silence can feel even heavier.
We live in such a small community that everyone knows everyone's family and everyone's business. And so we don't want to bring shame, or we're told not to bring shame to our family, and we can't talk about those things. So I think that plays a key role in why men don't open up and talk about their mental health.
But Holmes says breaking that stigma starts with visibility, seeing and hearing real stories from real people.
Doing stuff like this, being upfront and talking about it is one. We have our social media channels where we'll talk about men's health. Like in June, we had this whole video series with men where we asked men some questions like, what does men's mental health mean to you? When was the last time you cried? What do you do when you're not feeling okay? And so by putting men at the forefront and showing real stories from real people, I think that's a game changer for sure.
Families and friends can also play a major role. Knowing what to look for could help save a life.
We teach them to look for three things. So what they say, how they feel, and what they do. So they can be talking about making statements of hopelessness. So there's no hope, I feel like a burden, I should just end it all. Then you have things that they're doing. So maybe they're withdrawing from activities that normally would bring them joy, or maybe they're giving away their possessions. It might be showing up in other ways like anger and irritability.
Guam Behavioral Health offers a range of services to support men, from outpatient counseling to crisis intervention and peer programs.
At Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, we offer a variety of different outpatient and inpatient services like counseling, therapy, social work. We have crisis intervention like the 988 lifeline that people can call, text, or chat with. On top of that, we also have our rehabilitation services and peer support for those struggling with substance use issues. And then we also have our prevention services where we try to get ahead of the curve by going out into the community and offering free trainings for the community on how to recognize signs and symptoms of stuff like suicide or substance use, doing presentations at different community spaces or schools.
For Home, this work is personal. He knows firsthand what it feels like to struggle and to find hope again.
So there was a time, I recall I had like this really big breakdown. Yeah, call it what it is. You know, I was going out, I was young, I was going out a lot, had a lot of friends, a lot more social connections than I'd say that I have now. But I've never felt so alone. And so I remember coming home, heading home from a night out, and I was just driving, windows down, music was playing, and I just started crying. And I didn't know what was wrong. I just started crying, pulled over to the side of the road, and it just felt like all the emotions that I felt bottled up and those feelings of isolation just kind of came out at once, and like I screamed and I yelled. I continued to struggle for a bit after that, feeling alone and still putting on this facade that everything's okay, and I'm sure a lot of men out there know we get really good at that. But I was able to find my light, and I found my wife. Finding my best friend and someone that I could open up with and talk to and really tell her how I feel, and her being able to listen and just sit there and not try to fix or not try to judge me.
It's that kind of understanding, being able to listen without judgment, that he hopes will help other men begin to heal. And before our interview ended, Home had a message he wanted to deliver directly to any man watching tonight who might be struggling in silence.
I know it's hard, right? I've gone through it. You're going through it. I can't imagine what it is you're even going through right now. I know it's not easy to open up and to let yourself be seen and to be heard, but sometimes the hardest choice to make is usually the right choice. Reaching out doesn't mean that you're weak, right? I think we confuse vulnerability with fragility, right? Being vulnerable means that we're putting our trust out there to the people that we're trying to connect with, and that is strength. And so please reach out, and if you feel like you don't have anyone to reach out to or that hope is lost, know that there is other help available out there. You can always call 988. You can always call Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center. There are people that are here willing to listen to you and willing to help you.
If you or someone you know is struggling, help is always available. You can call or text 988 or contact the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center anytime. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. For The Hub, Movember to Remember, I'm Atsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Beyond the mustaches, Movember has a deeper message, encouraging men to take charge of their well-being. Here on Guam, where culture and family are everything, it's easy to put others before us and brush off our own health. Dr. John Taitano, an internist, joins us to share why it's so important for men to make their health a priority.
Born and raised on Guam, Dr. John Ray Taitano's medical journey began with a promise to serve the people who believed in him.
The people of Guam, the government of Guam has sent us to medical school, paid for education, so we're here paying back with service.
And after earning his doctorate of medicine from the University of Hawaii, he returned home to do just that.
The doctor's clinic has been here for 45 years. Since 1980 we opened our doors, and we've been very, very proud of serving the people of Guam.
Dr. Taitano says one of the biggest challenges in his decades of practice is getting men through the clinic doors before it's too late.
Many people, like I said, they don't get checked because they don't feel bad. And when they come in, we find out that they have diabetes, high cholesterol, and heart disease.
He adds that culture and societal expectations often play a role in this hesitation.
Men have the persona that they're tough, they're never going to get sick, they're indestructible. And the reality is a lot of wives and girlfriends bring the men in, because men usually are very proud, they don't want to see the doctor. And lo and behold, many people come in and they get diagnosed with diabetes for the first time after losing 50 to 100 pounds. They come in with chest pains and they're found to have heart disease. When they're very young, many men don't see doctors because they're very healthy. The reality is, though, as they get older, things start creeping up, like hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, and these things can change a person's life and cause sudden infant or sudden death, sudden cardiac death. So it's just a matter of educating our men, if you will.
While younger men tend to stay active, Dr. Taitano says age shouldn't be an excuse to stop moving, especially when diet and lifestyle habits often change little with time. Overeating and underexercising can lead to obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease, all of which are preventable with simple, consistent care. He encourages men to view regular checkups as strength, not weakness, and to make annual visits part of their routine.
Important because when they go to the physician, especially for their annual physical, we do the history, the physical, and then we discuss their medications and the labs. This is the way for men to find out what kind of issues that they have to deal with. It's a way of checking for prostate cancer, colon cancer, diabetes, hypertension, etc.
He affirms that education is key, both in clinics and at home, to reshape the conversation around men's health and build better habits for future generations.
I think education is the key. When I talk to parents and grandparents, I inform them that we are role models, and we need to be good role models for our children and our grandchildren, whether that means that we need to exercise on a regular basis, watch our diet, above all, no smoking and no drinking in excess. So when they grow up, they become healthy as well.
He adds that smoking and vaping remain the most preventable causes of death, and that quitting is one of the best decisions anyone can make for their health.
I think it's important for individuals to set up a target date, and if they're interested in stopping smoking, we're here to help. There's a program called 1-800-QUIT-NOW, and it's a telephone program that allows people to get educated in regards to smoking hazards and how to stop.
Dr. Taitano also warns that obesity is a growing crisis, one affecting Guam's youth at earlier ages.
Unfortunately, on Guam and in the world, we're seeing earlier diabetes and hypertension in younger people as a result of obesity. Obesity is a systemic problem, worldwide problem on Guam and the United States.
And he says tackling that starts with awareness and action.
We need to raise a healthy Guam.
From quitting smoking, eating a balanced diet, and exercising, to asking more questions during appointments, Dr. Taitano reminds Guam's men that every small step counts.
Don't just sit there and listen. If you have questions regarding medications, regarding lifestyle, ask those questions, because then you're engaged in your health care, and hopefully.
Well, Dr. Taitano says it best. Taking care of yourself isn't just about you. It's about being there for your family, your community, and your future. This Movember, let's start normalizing men's health conversations and making regular checkups a part of island life.